G'day all and welcome back to Freo Faithful. Today for the big preview for our game on Sunday at Barossa Park between the Tigers and the Dockers. We've come off a couple big wins. The Eagles one wasn't so convincing, but the Bulldogs, we put in a really valiant and professional four-quarter performance. We are obviously here in Adelaide. The weather is picturesque, a bit hot you could say. It's 32 degrees all throughout the weekend, so it's going to be a very hot and dry game on Sunday. And all of our games to start the season have been during the day, 30 plus degrees. We've been absolutely shafted with the fixturing to start this year. So the players will be quite fatigued coming off last week as well. We've had a few injuries. Some of our guys, with limited interchange rotations, were really struggling to run out the game. So this week's certainly going to be an interesting one. Last week, I think we massively improved from the games prior. I thought our contest, while it was really good against West Coast, I thought Sarong and Brayshaw, and especially having O'Meara back in the team, I thought they all really contributed. O'Meara was our top ball winner against Sydney. He had 32 touches, but having him as your main accumulator, he wasn't necessarily the most damaging with his disposal, but now he's just playing more of a role alongside Sarong and Brayshaw, and we'll have Young back this week. I really think we can potentially do a number on the Tigers. Last week, our back six solidarity, Jade Rawlings, our new back coach who we got from Norwood, is looking absolutely fantastic. The way that Cox, Draper and Pearce, a very tall back line, and even Chapman and Ryan chopping in there, I thought they all just conjoined so well, and they took that Bulldogs back line in its stride. Like, Darcy kicked 5 goals, but I thought Alex Pearce, when he couldn't shut down Sam Darcy, shut down the likes of Aaron Norman and even played smaller at times. So I loved that aspect of our game. And I thought the tolls fall to centre. I thought Voss and Amos halved a few really big contests late. I thought Jackson played a good role, but he's obviously going to be missing 2-3 weeks, I think. So that's not ideal. But it'll be something we'll have to get around. Sean Darcy a chance to come back in this week. And if Darcy can't come back in, then Liam Reedy's going to be the guy. And I'm not looking forward to that. Let's take a look at the keys to win this game. And as I've spoken about, the contest, it's Richmond's main threat. And with Toby Nankervis in the team, Richmond don't necessarily have the greatest ground level midfielders. So if we can get on top in the ruck, which will be tough, as I said, if Liam Reedy plays, that will be a difficult task. But if Sean Darcy plays, I've got full faith that he can battle Toby Nankervis well. It will only be a Sean Darcy that's probably only 70% right, but I really think he can give him a good contest. He played well against him last year at the MCG, especially when we had that big win. And yeah, our ground level mids really should get to work there. We lost the inside 50 count last week, but I thought our ability to gain field position was so much better, and I thought we really got on top in that aspect. Now, Richmond last week, they played Brisbane, and they had a really, really good game overall, especially in that second half. They brought the pressure, and I don't think we can be naive to it. I think the Tigers have competed with some real quality sides to start the season. I mean, they beat Carlton, who, aren't looking great to start the season, but you can't deny their quality, and I thought they just completely out-hunted them, out-pressured them, and I think that was a massive part in getting the dub in round one. And they really took it to Brisbane last week, lost by under 20 points, I think. And in that fourth quarter, completely outplayed the reigning premiers. So yeah, fair play to the Tigers. They're looking quite good in terms of that aspect. Obviously, the fundamentals is going to be something that Richmond aren't going to do as well as us. And with the better list, we just need to stay a bit process-driven, do the fundamentals right, and I think we should take care of the Tigers. And let's just not overthink it, because we can very well just get ahead of ourselves, think we're going to rock up to the Barossa on Sunday, win by 50, but I think Richmond's pressure is genuinely commendable. I think their hunt's commendable, and we can't be naive to it. I think we've got to be really, really smart in terms of the game that we've got ahead on Sunday. And as I said, we have to stay process-driven, because Gather Round's a bit of a unique experience. There's festivities all over the city. And this is something just along me would say, stay process-driven, but it's as true as ever. We just can't get caught up in, the sort of party that's happening in Adelaide at the moment. We've just got to rock up on Sunday, get the job done, and have to do the fundamentals well, because it's something we do well, and it's something that, I think we can certainly do better than Richmond. We can't just think we're going to rock up and trample over a bottom 4 team. We've got to treat this opposition like we've treated our oppositions in the past. And hopefully this game has a bit of an Alice Springs type feel to it. We rocked up to TIO Traeger last season, pumped Melbourne by 80, and hopefully, it's going to be beautiful conditions. It's going to be similar to that game. Hopefully we can just rock up and get the job done. In terms of injuries, this isn't good. Noddy, he's out for 6 weeks. He's given us a massive spark through the midfield to start the season. Probably, top 3 most improved players in the AFL is, I think, fair to say. He's been unbelievable this season. Wags will miss a week, unfortunately, but we can probably replace him with a James Aish or a Carl Warner, or even a Cooper Simpson, who racked up 30 touches in the waffle on the weekend, playing his first game at halfback. And then Luke Jackson with the 3-weeker will miss, meaning Darcy or Reedy should come back in. That being said, Darcy and Young have both pulled up well from the waffle. Young kicked 3 goals on the weekend, so they both should come back in. You think maybe a Bailey Banfield exits the side for Hayden Young, and Luke Jackson should be the like-for-like replacement, keeping Paddy Voss in the team. And then you've got the dilemma between Switkowski and Dudley. Dudley's brought great pressure from Adelaide in the central districts, brought great pressure, brought great goal threat in front of goal. And, you know, Sam Switkowski, we know what he brings, the hunt, the tenacity, and it's going to be a real debate at the selection table this week, whether we go for the Dudley or the Switkowski. Jager O'Meara as well. He pulled up sore on Sunday, but is expected to play. Nat Fyfe as well. He took the week off, AFL and waffle, but apparently he's all good. That's what Longmuir said. And he will be available for this week, Nat Fyfe, for his first game of the season. Might come in for a Bailey Banfield, who knows, but that certainly is something that we'll look at. Another debate that we were talking about on the podcast earlier this week, does Chapman play the Nathan O'Driscoll role of midfielder or wing? That could certainly be something we see. Chappie's got that bigger body. We've been talking about it all season. He's a bit versatile on the outside. He's got that big body to compete behind the ball on the inside. So I really think Heath Chapman could be that guy. And in that case, do we bring Cooper Simpson in? He'll bring the versatility behind the ball if we move Heath Chapman a bit more in front of it. He'll bring that pace off half-back. He'll bring that dare. He's got good ball usage from what I've seen. So I really think Cooper Simpson could be a candidate to come in. Overall, my tip, Fremantle by 52 points. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm just hoping it's a professional performance like last week. You know, we're bounding with confidence. 2 straight wins, including a massive mental boost last week against the Bulldogs. So professional. It was a tiring game, but I'm just happy we've got a team like Richmond this week where we can hopefully just do the fundamentals well, still play our brand of footy and get the job done convincingly. And I've got Murphy Reid going best on. Richmond passed with him on their first 4 picks, I think. He was a lifelong Richmond fan growing up. I reckon he's going to want to go out there and show the Tigers what he's made of. All right, that is the preview. Drews will be hosting the fan cams on Sunday after the game, so make sure you stay in tune for that. I've got heaps of content coming out on my personal channel in relation to Gather Round, including a matchday experience of the Freo game on Sunday. And overall, should be a fantastic weekend of footy. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned with the content throughout the week, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.